Hello! Hello, everybody! Welcome to my live stream. Let me mute this. I just want to make sure. Can you guys hear me? Hopefully. I'll wait for your comments. So while I'm waiting for your comments, welcome to my studio. This is where all the magic happens for the show. All the magic happens. And as you can see, I got my editing bay over here. I'm working on my art bay over here. And yeah, mic setup and everything like that. So a lot of fun stuff happens in this room. And I'm excited to dive in and do some fun stuff with you guys. So today, what I think we're going to do is I'm working on this next Super Gaming Secret, which is a Legend of Zelda Super Gaming Secret. And it involves Princess Zelda in it directly. So I'm going to go ahead and switch the view here to my screen. And as you can see, I have Princess Zelda on the screen. This is a little bit modified already, but this is the original sprite mostly. And my goal today is to create an animated sprite of Zelda. So I'm going to be adding a shield. I'm going to be changing her. I'm going to be rotating her, doing, drawing her from different angles. And also, in this particular gaming secret, she has a special wand. And so, it's inspired kind of by the new Echoes of Wisdom game that's coming out. So maybe together, you guys can help me create a wand for Zelda. Maybe we could do like 3 choices and you guys can choose which one you like the best. So what do you guys think? Should we work on Zelda first or should we work on Zelda's wand? Let me know in the comments. Zelda or Zelda's wand? What do you guys think? Okay, 1 vote for Zelda. Zelda. We should work on Zelda first because the wand is more minimal. From Sammy Nation. Okay. I think this is heading in the Zelda direction. Okay. Let's do Zelda first. All right, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take Link's shield and plop it right on Zelda. I did, Sammy. How you doing? This is my real voice, by the way. Yes, I am the guy who does all the Super Gaming Secrets videos, but generally speaking, my voice is kind of low, and I actually have to, did you know? I have to go up here. So just for fun, before we get started, does anybody want to give me a Super Gaming Secret, and I'll read it off for you guys in my Super Gaming Secrets voice? All right. I'm watching. All right, I'm going to get started on Zelda while you guys think of a good sentence for me to say in my Super Gaming Secrets voice. And I'll say it after that. Okay, so first of all, let's go over to our Link artwork. And, okay. All right, I got first one from Sammy. Sammy, you're my favorite today. And always Jessica Kinney, my wife, who's incredible, and I love her to death. All right. Did you know that there's a secret Garfield cameo in Super Mario Brothers 1? There you go. All right. Anybody else want to contribute? Then I'll do some more voices for you. Oh, here we go. Did you know that Zelda is actually Link's mom? Is she? Zelda's not Link's mom. That's weird. That's really weird. Maybe she is. I don't know. I guess you'd have to consult with the Hyrule Historia timeline and see if see if that's legit advice. Maybe she is Link's mom. Yeah, that would be a really weird twist. She'd be a very young mom. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take Link's shield over here. I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to go ahead and put it over here. Drag it over. And I think that looks pretty good right there. Because we also, see, the thing about sprites is that this right here, this is 16 pixels or points, dots, by 16 dots. And so you want to make sure that when you're creating artwork for older games, you abide by these standards, because the original Nintendo system had very, very limited. Did you know that King Harkonnen is Link's dad? Wow, we can keep going. Or is that Harkonnen? I guess it's Harkonnen or Harkonnens. I don't know. They never really, told us how to pronounce that in Dune. So I don't really know. But I added a shield here, and, it's on a different layer, so I can actually move it around still if I change my mind. But I also want to create a walk cycle for her. And you can see that Link's feet are basically on opposite sides, moving one after the other. So I have to create some kind of, put this over here, some kind of motion. And also, let's see if I move back this is her arm right here. So maybe we'll just have her legs move. Obviously, I think I'm going to change this a lot once the gaming secret comes out. But today is just kind of more of an exercise in trying to get this thing right. So, okay, so that right there would be part of her dress. Oops. So let's take that out. Okay, so we've got... I might have to move the shield up already so that I can see a little bit more of her leg. Did you know that you can kill the talking flower in Super Mario Bros. 1? Wow, that's dark. I hope not. Okay, so we've got this. That's her feet. And let's create a new frame. Oops. And we'll link these because the shield is probably not gonna, the shield might move. Okay, so maybe we can take this foot out because the dress is probably covering the foot, right? So maybe we'll do it this way. Have her foot visible over here and the foot invisible over here. So we've got this. It doesn't look very good. It doesn't look very convincing. So what I would do is add some more to the movement, and we'll have her leg back here while her arm back here while her leg is forward, and then we'll bring her arm forward, maybe in like a fist or something like that. Oh, nope, other way around. So this arm should be forward right here. Yeah, because when people walk, the right arm comes forward as their right leg goes back for balance, right? Can you go on a record and tell me what Mario did August 2004? That's a mystery. Perhaps we'll explore it later in the future. But at this rate, I don't know when that's going to be. I have to consult my Super Gaming Secrets tome, which is I have a big volume of Super Gaming Secrets that I don't even think I'll be able to get to in my lifetime. But it's just Super Gaming Secrets I've collected over the years. And it's just massive. It's a massive pad of just, hundreds, possibly even thousands of pieces of paper of Super Gaming Secrets that are just on every single page. Double-sided. Actually, I lied about that. It's not double-sided. But It's a lot of Super Gaming Secrets, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to that one. So we've got a lot to cover in the meantime, but hopefully, maybe, I mean, it's hard because I can't really cross-reference the gaming secrets because it's literally just written down in a kind of haphazard way. So if the time comes where I'm able to stumble upon what Mario actually did in August of 2004, was it? Or 2005? Then I might be able to share that with you all. But don't cross your fingers because who knows, it might never happen. Let's see, and drink for only 65 cents. Did you know that in Super Mario Bros. 1 you can get a popcorn and drink for only 65 cents? Holy cow! That's amazing! Amazing indeed. Amazing indeed. I think that I like that one a little bit more than killing the talking flower because that just seems dark. Talking flower, he's just trying to do what he's doing, you know? He's not trying to hurt anybody. Well, maybe he is. Maybe he's trying to hurt Mario's feelings. I don't know. Should we do this to make it a little bit more obvious? How's that? Ooh, I know what we could do. We could do this. And then this. Okay. And so let's see what they did over here. The shield stays the same. His leg moves, and that's about, and his arm moves, and that's about it. So I think we're on the right track here. Is there any suggestions that you guys have for this first view? Maybe her arm is just appears a little bit too... Maybe it's a little bit more forward like this. No, that looks really, really bad. All right, I'm just going to undo all that. Okay, so we'll come back to that. So let's move on to the, to get the reference. Got it. Good. Yeah, maybe I'll check that out, Sammy Nation. It is very hard to work with pixels. So I'm going to go ahead and move on. So let's move on to this next view. And what we're going to do is we're going to erase this and erase that. And then I'm going to turn on onion skinning. And so we can kind of see what the previous artwork looked like. I'll go back and I'll start with Zelda's dress. And we're going to draw this sprite from scratch because we don't really have any artwork of her facing to the side. And so what I do usually is I block it out, and then I go and I flesh out the details later. Do the hair. So initially it's not going to look very good at all, and she's got very long hair. So she's also got kind of that nice elven ear. She's also wearing a crown, so maybe we can add that in there. The thing about the original NES is that the palette is limited to only 3 colors per 16 by 16 sprite. So I can only use green, this kind of tan, kind of orangey color, and this brown color. I can't really use any other colors over here on this palette because I want to stay true to the actual Zelda hardware limitations. So, whoops. So let's take a look at Link for reference in his side views. Okay, so he's got actually a super long nose. What I'm going to do is drag him over here, and that way I can see the two at the same time. So Zelda. But Zelda isn't like she doesn't look like a dude. She looks like a beautiful princess. So we have to make sure that we retain that. And not give her such a long nose. Maybe have her nose a little bit lower. And have her eye. Should I have her nose up here? The eye here. And there. I don't want to make her look like a football player either. Okay, so we're getting a little bit closer. But I might have to bring her head down just a little bit. So we're starting to see something going on here. It's not good, but it's getting there. So let's add her hand in here. Link has green eyelids. He does, yeah. It's almost like he's wearing green mascara or something like that. It's really weird. Did you know that Link wears green mascara? All right, enough with the voice. No more for the rest of the live stream. Unless whoever sends me a really, really good Super Gaming secret, then maybe I'll do it one more time. Okay, see, we're starting to get there. We're starting to get there. But now she looks like she's got a weird bald spot on top, which is very... Let's not do that. Let's not do that. So maybe we can do like... Now she looks like a linebacker that plays the Rams or something like that. See, that's the thing. It's like, maybe we should not do... Is she like taller than Link? You know? Let's put the shield in here so we have a little bit. And remember, I can't go outside of these particular bounds. All I can do is work within these bounds because remember, the pixels have to be 16 by 16 for them to stay true to the original hardware limitations of the NES, the Nintendo Entertainment System. So we're going to have her leg right here, kind of like where Link's is, because she's most upright right here because she hits the top of the this pixel barrier right here. And so I'm going to give her shield. And it looks like her shield is a pixel away from the edge. So I'll put it over here. And I'll add her hand right here. Thing is that Link has these great sleeves. So he's able to, because he's wearing a tunic. So he's able to kind of use that as a cool way to separate his hand from his shield, from his tunic, and Zelda's not doing that. Let's look at this other angle. She's got a belt, so maybe I can actually bring that in. She does have bare arms though, so maybe we can just have that. We don't want to give her like big fat arms or anything like that, but I can add another thing down here. And let's look at her belt. So I'm going to actually turn off the shield here. And this is the original closest. So she's got like a waist here. And the waist is about a little lower than halfway through. So let's look to see if we can kind of bring that back. And she's not going to be a hunchback either, so... See, the whole thing is, it's getting there. It's getting a little closer. And that's the thing is with art is that, never get discouraged. If you guys are doing art, never get discouraged if you draw something and it looks like, awful. Because, a lot of people, they'll draw something that doesn't look like what they see on TV or in the comic books or on a portrait or in a painting in a museum. And they say, I'm no good. I give up. What you got to do is just keep working at it, because every artist, when they first start drawing something, doesn't look good. It just doesn't. You know, there are a few artists that can draw something from their mind and it's magical. But, you know, when you're creating art, it always is going to look awful. It's always going to look awful when you're first starting. And then, like some kind of sculpture, you kind of chip away at it. Chip, 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 chip. And the same can be said for pixel art, because pixel art is very, very hard. It is difficult to represent imagery in such a limited amount of space with a limited amount of dots and imagery. And so that's why I enjoy doing it, because of the limitations. The limitations are what challenges me to be able to create imagery in the most creative way, by figuring things out. It's like problem solving, you know. So I feel pretty good about this. She, you know, her looks like her hair is covering her arm. So I don't know. I don't know if I might have to work on this a little bit longer. But so far we've got her shield here. She turns and her shield's over here. So it's looking good, and it looks like she's got the elven ears here. The cool thing about this program, which is Sprite, one of my favorite pixel art programs, is that it gives you a little preview of what it's going to look like here. So yeah, it looks like the crown is up here. So maybe like that, and maybe some dots. So it doesn't look like she has a bald spot or something like that. I don't know. What do you guys think? Tell me in the chat what you guys think so far, how it looks. What do you think? Any comments? What could I do to change it? No side crown. I like it better with no side crown. So like this. Okay. All right. So the thing to keep in mind is that this is a little bit big, lower here. So I don't know. I'm going to try that and leave it as is for now. Looks like his side views, his arm comes forward a little bit as his legs separate, and the shield comes down. So maybe we should just take the shield in just a little bit, because he's a little bit more, you know, Link is thick. He's a thick dude. So I'm going to take the shield in a little bit. What about her other foot? Well, right now I'm trying to mirror Link's movements here. So what I'll do is I will add the second foot in and on this next frame. So let's do that now. Okay, so I'm going to take this frame right here and modify it. And she is going to, basically when you walk, you bounce like this. And so the shield, as you can see on Link's, right over here, on Link's shield, goes up and down, up and down, up and down, while his legs separate and he comes down. Her arm is going to move forward as well. So what we can do is first do her legs. Have her legs out here and her leg out here. Like that. And then we have her squat down just a little bit. There we go. So we got some motion going on there. Thing is that we don't want this shield to come into contact with her shoe. If I was to match Link's feet like this, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just loop this area right here and turn off onion skinning. Not bad, but not convincing enough. So let's... that's going to need more work. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to have her arm come forward as well. See, her arm comes forward just a little bit. And the shield, maybe the shield can go up on this pose right here. How's that look? What do you guys think? Why would I want to eat liver? I don't even like liver. From Rice School. Hey, Rice School. Thank you for the comment. Yes, he's referring to Trapped in the Drive-Thru, which is a video I directed many years ago for Weird Al Yankovic. And I still get quotes from that all the time in comments. And so I appreciate the shout out. Thank you. The other one I get is I looked at her and she looked at me. I looked at her, she looked at me. I can't sing too much though because it's copywritten song. So, and I don't own the rights, so can't sing it. Sorry guys, sorry to disappoint you. I'm not going to sing anymore for you. All right, but I can do Super Gaming Secrets for you. Yeah, I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, it's weird because I don't like this placement of this shoe. I think I'm going to have it further up here. And it's a very long shoe. I think that's getting pretty good. So let's take a break from Zelda to keep it interesting. And move on to the wand. So what I'm going to do is go over to my objects over here. Close this guy. Put this over here. Go back to my Zelda. And she walks like a penguin. Yeah, she kind of does. Yeah. So, yes, I definitely have to do more work on it. But that's a start. Whoops. That's a start of getting her walking the way I want. A walk cycle is one of the hardest things to do in animation because, well, I mean, pixel animation, it's like nearly impossible because, you know, everybody has their own distinct walk. And there have been entire animation courses and like years of study that involve walk cycles because everybody walks differently. And the way a person walks tells so much about their personality. If a person walks with their shoulders up and walks confidently, then obviously they're a confident person. If a person is hunched over and timid, then they're probably not a confident person. So a walk cycle is meant in many ways to a nonverbal way of communicating what somebody's personality is, which is why so much work is dedicated into walk cycle. Now, for this kind of stuff, I just want a walk cycle to look convincing as a walk cycle. So I'm not really concerned about her personality as much. And I don't think when they were designing the original NES game, they were as concerned with Link's personality. He was basically just the player character. He was kind of a blank slate. We all knew he was heroic, but we didn't really know too much about his personality. In fact, 40 years later, we still don't know what kind of guy Link is. In fact, maybe you guys can tell me in the comments, is there a Super Gaming Secret that reveals more about Link's personality? I'd love to hear from you guys about that. And if it's good, maybe I'll read it off. So, what kind of guy is Link? Is he a funny guy? Is he a bore? Is he does he constantly have to go to the bathroom? I don't know. Something weird. All right, so let's do this wand. Okay, so I've already I thought he was a cat because he would meow. Does Link meow? No, that's Mario. Mario is the cat suit. Aw. Well, from Jessica Kinney, my favorite YouTuber, writes, "Hey Doug, what's your favorite meditation channel?" And hands down, my favorite meditation channel is Jessica Kinney's channel. And you can find that at Jessica Kinney, JESSICAKINNI, on YouTube. And if you guys want to relax after playing a hardcore marathon of your favorite first person shooter and get some Z's and rest and relaxation, go watch her meditations, because I have a rumor, I've heard a Super Gaming Secret rumor, that she might be releasing a gaming themed meditation. And it might even be a Mario themed meditation. And so I'm super excited about that. Anyway, Jessica Kinney on YouTube. Go check it out. She's got a great channel. All right. So moving on. Wand. So first things first, because it's Zelda, we're going to do a pink wand. And I am going to put it in the center here so we have the most amount of imagery to work with. And let's change this color over to pink. And it's, remember, 3 colors, limited to 3 colors. And this is light blue, and let's do like a darker pink. So this already looks like a special wand. But, first of all, I don't even think I'm abiding by the original NES palette. So let's change that. Cool thing about Sprite is it has these built-in palettes of what original hardware is, kind of an emulation of what the original hardware could support. So let's do this one and this one. That looks like, yeah, that kind of looks like her wand, all right. But what I wanted to do is make it special. So I'm going to create a new frame. And I'm going to, now that we don't need this anymore, I'm going to close this out. And I'll just create a blank frame and turn on onion skinning again. And let's create a cool wand from scratch. So now this wand is a very special wand. It's called the Wand of Virtue. And I don't want to tell you what it does, but we can create three wands, and you guys tell me which one to use in the next video. So it's up to you guys, all 12 of you. I see 12 viewers right now. Hopefully next live stream there'll be more. But it's up to you guys to tell me which wand to use in the next Super Gaming Secrets video. So let's open up, let's do 48. So we've got 3 squares to work with. And the first one in the middle, let's create the base of the wand. And let's do white. Or maybe we can even just do more like a white base down here. And let's do something crazy. Let's go crazy. Like this. This is kind of a cool wand. Now, I just remembered something. This is actually, these wands and items, if you look over here, oh, I already closed it. Let me see if I can find it. Open recent. And we've got items and weapons. Okay, here we go. So a lot of these items, in fact, all of these, with the exception of these over here, the usable items are usually about 8 pixels. So they're about half the size of your standard 16 by 16 pixels. So let's do that. Let's do the 8 pixels instead. Let's limit ourselves to 8 pixels. So I'm going to move this over to the side. And I'm going to move this guy over to the side. And he'll be my kind of reference to work with. Or she'll be. This is a feminine wand, so we'll use that one. And then maybe I'll put like some dots here. Okay. What do you guys think of that as a wand? That's kind of weird. Maybe like something crossed like this. No, now it looks like a tennis racket. I don't know. Do you guys like this design? Oh, you know what? We are missing that last color, so let's do this guy here. Maybe we'll put something like that on both sides. Wow. Yeah, it looks like a fork. Maybe she's going to eat something with her wand. She's like, oh, there's a piece of bait over there. Let's eat the fork. Let's eat it. Okay, maybe it's too much. So yeah, this is like a tuning fork. Do a Pac-Man Super Gaming Secret. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. All right. What do you guys think about that? Or maybe I can just do the gem in the middle. Let's see what the other one looks like. Okay, so the gem is like that. Maybe I can do it like this. And then I can go back and take this little highlight, the specular highlight. Whoa, now that's kind of cool. What do you guys think of that? Do you like that? No? Anybody? All right, so you guys tell me what you think of that one. I'm going to move on to the next one. So I'm going to move over this one for reference. And now we'll move on to the next one. Okay, maybe I'll do this one like extra twisty or something like that. And then I can put the gem on there. I like that gem on top. I'll put this. Wow, I don't know about that one. That one looks super weird. Super, super weird. What do you guys think? Is it too much? Sonny, this software is called Sprite. I feel like I'm talking to my son. Sonny, this software is called Sprite. And when you get older, you can use it. That was a terrible impression. But I loved every minute of it. Impression of what? I have no idea. Somebody's dad? Okay, so too much white maybe. Okay, so let's see. Maybe we can take off the white. And maybe we can just use like... Or maybe I can just do... Yeah, that's kind of weird, huh? Or maybe it's like this. No, that looks kind of weird. Kind of looks like a flower now. Yeah. I don't know. I kind of like this one better. Maybe I can put like... Yeah. I don't know. Flower wand. Ooh. I kind of like that idea. Yeah. All right, so you know what? Maybe we'll do more than just 3 wands. So let's go ahead and move this guy over here. Maybe we can even do 1, 2, 6. These don't take very long, and I plan on streaming for an hour or so. So, yeah, let's do some more. Let's do some more wands. All right, so let's move on to the next wand. And I'll copy this guy. No, I don't need to. I'm just gonna bring him over here. And let's do a flower. 3 is enough. 3 is enough. I don't want to see any more wands. All right. I'm gonna do 4 wands. Sammy, I'm doing 4 wands. 4 wands. 4 wands and a funeral. That was a reference to 4 Weddings and a Funeral, a movie that came out 500 years ago. Okay. Ooh. What do you guys think of this? That's kind of cool. What do you think? No? I don't know. What do you guys think of that weird one? A pinwheel. Yeah. It really look like a flower. But what I can do is I can make the petals over this way. Huh. See, that's the cool thing about pixel art is that, like, you can kind of just mess around and be like, what is that going to do? Now that looks like a hashtag. Zelda's hashtag wand. When she zaps somebody with it, they become more relevant. Right? Okay. Maybe not. Did you know? No, I didn't know. I didn't know that could happen. This is like a Mickey Mouse wand. So, let's see. So maybe I'll have to actually just take these up a little bit to make it more like flower-like. And then, see, that's the crazy thing is that a lot of people don't know how much work goes into just designing a simple little 8-pixel wand, you know? No, it's the hashtag again. I kind of like that. That's kind of a weird kind of wand, you know? No, and then you're back to the hashtag. Why do these hashtags keep coming up? What's going on, hashtags? 2 out of the 4 wands should be purple. Well, you know what? For you, Sammy, I'll do a purple wand. How about that? Purple wand, purple wand. Okay, so maybe we can do a pink and purple wand and white. I'm just kind of being random right now. And wow, that's kind of a weird one. What do you think about that wand? That's kind of cool. Yeah. That's kind of a weird looking wand. I like that. All right, let's move on to the next one. And we're doing more than 4, so we're taking it live. The 4th wand looks sussy. Maybe. All right, so let's go back. Maybe we'll do another purple wand. All right, let's do like all right, let's go like all the way and have something like branching out. So we're going to use the maximum 8 pixels. Let's move this guy over a little bit so he's not interacting with this guy. And then we'll have, maybe we'll have... No. Maybe we'll do something like this, like a checkerboard type of thing. And then we'll take this guy up, put this like that. Wow, that's kind of cool. It's like a pitchfork wand. Anything about that, guys? Do you like that wand? When you finish the wands, do a funeral. A trident wand. Yeah. Okay, so I'm only going to do one more wand, and then I think we're going to start wrapping things up. Let's see. How about... You know what? Do a couple lines there. That's cool. Let's do... Maybe we'll do like a kind of like a sword-like wand. So it'll be like this with the hilt. And then purple. No, and then a purple handle or something like that. That just looks like a sword. Yeah. Whoa. It's like a ZZ Top wand. Ooh, that's kind of cool because there's like a Z in there for Zelda. What do you guys think about that? Maybe we'll put a Z in there. Whoa, yeah. Doogtoons. Yes, I am Doog. But it's not Doogtoons, it's Doogtoons. Baba Man M. All right. Yeah, I think I kind of like this wand right here. But maybe we'll do one more. And we'll do a little variation. See, we're getting closer now. All good, Baba Man. I'm not offended. Happens all the time. People say Doogtoons, Dogtoons. Eduardo Tunes. I don't know. I was just trying to come up with a random name. Definitely not Eduardo Tunes. Okay, so let's go to the canvas size. I'm going to add a little bit more on the side here. Let's just do 64 and add another square. Because I kind of like this one right here, the Z. That's cool. And I'll put this over here. And maybe I'll do this thing where I'll add the gem in addition to this. And have the gem right there. Look at that. That's awesome. What if I take the Z down just a little bit, though? And then have this guy up here. What do you guys think of that? What do you think? Do you like this one? I don't know. Should we do one more or should we call it quits? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. The Z wand. Yep. Should I do one more Z wand? What do you think? You think that's enough? Okay. Well, do a funeral call. One more. Okay, tell you what. Let's just do something absolutely nutty. And something that looks like a hamburger wand or something. Let's do a hamburger wand just for fun. Okay? And I'm not even going to follow the guidelines. I'm just going to create a hamburger wand. Because I like hamburgers. Put some meat in there. Whoops, the meat all goes on. The meat goes on top. And then you got the lettuce. A little bit of hamburger wand. And you know what? Maybe I should put some tomatoes in there. What do you guys think? Tomatoes on top? What do you think? Oh, don't forget the onions. Ah, they forgot the onions. Okay. Cheese too. Oh my Lord. Why, how many things do you want me to put in this burger? It's going to be the biggest burger I've ever seen. All right, put a little cheese in there. I don't think I can fit anything more in this burger, guys. No. Yeah, I don't think so. Burger wand. All right, maybe I'll put, add a little bit of, see, I was trying to add the sesame seeds, but see, pixel art doesn't lend itself to that. The hamburgers wand, the burger queen. That's a happy meal, certainly. Certainly. Should I have onion or should I have tomato in there? Anybody? Maybe I'll add some fries down here. Oops. And a side of fries. And we got this at Mickey D's. There you go. There's your hamburger wand and a side of fries for you. I hope you enjoy it. Buns, ketchup, pickles, cheese. Put that patty in between. Burger Queen in the house. And here's your burger wand and fries. And maybe I'll add a little soft drink in there for you too. I added a little straw for you so that you can enjoy it. But obviously I ran out of space, so, you know. But you know what? I can just move this over. And then I've got more room for your burger wand. All right. There's our wands. All right, final vote, and then we're wrapping it up. Which is the best wand? Because what you guys choose today is going to determine the closest representation of what I'm actually going to use in the short. So I might change some things. I might move some things around. But we've got 1. All right, hold on. Let me use a more visible pixel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm not using the burger wand, so 8 doesn't count. So if you guys say 8, I'm going to be very disappointed in you. Don't write 8 in the chat. All right, I'm watching the chat right now. 6, I got to vote for number 1. I got to vote for number 6. Number 5. Come on, guys. You can do it. Tell me what you like. Going once, going twice. One more vote. One. Okay, we got 2 votes for 1. All right. Okay. Well, I might do a poll as well. But thank you guys for your initial input, because I only got 4 votes, and that's not enough to determine what's going to go in. So I might do a poll as well. So also make sure to vote in that poll. But I'll probably do that later today and ask people what wand they like the best. So again, your voice means everything, and I'm very grateful for you guys to signed on today. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I'm so happy. This was super fun, and it's something I'm my schedule is very busy, but I would love to do this more often. I would love to hang out with you guys and do art. I mean, I'm going to be working on stuff anyway, so I might as well do it with friends and people that are watching the channel. So I'm super stoked to have you guys, and thank you so much for being here. Again, means a lot, and I'm going to keep making those Super Gaming Secrets as long as I can. So love you guys, and I'm going to sign out now. And hopefully I'll see you next time before too long, and I'll make sure to give you guys plenty of notice. But we'll see you next time. All right, thanks, guys.